Hi everyone. So welcome to the live stream today. Very much excited for having you again on our live stream as we continue with our discussion towards the ICA May 2021 examination. This is section 6 on our discussion relating to consolidated financial statements, as well as the issue in relation to how we look at the principles surrounding consolidated financial statement. Now, this is section 6, and we are concluding on the principles, the concepts that we established when preparing the consolidated financial statement. In case you missed the section 1, the section 2, the section 3, the section 4, section 5, you can check the description of this video on YouTube, and you will get all the playlists, and you'll be able to watch them and follow through and understand how consolidated financial statements are prepared. So I'm going to tie up everything, bring every concept together now, give answer questions as well from you guys. So today it's an interactive session, it's a Q&A session. So if there are any questions that you have for me, bring it up as I wrap up on the consolidated financial statements. Remember, this is a critical topic for corporate reporting students, advanced financial reporting students, financial reporting students, that is ACCA 7, as well as students doing their first degree in accounting, as well as their MBA in relation to that. So at all levels, at various levels of accounting, or people studying accounting and finance, this subject or this topic is going to be critical in there. So comment in the chat box, comment in the comment box on Facebook as well as on YouTube, any questions you have for me as we try to consolidate and bring together all the principles and summarize all of them in today's discussion. I see some of you guys joining the live stream on Facebook, and I see some of you guys also coming on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up on the video when you join. Share the video on your Facebook as well as on your WhatsApp pages, as well as all other pages, and let's get as many students as possible getting access to these materials as we assist everybody preparing for the examination. So I see some comments coming in. Jeremy Rose said, good evening again, Nhyira. Good evening. God bless you richly for your time and sacrifices. Okay, amen. And God bless you too for joining us. Timothy A has said, good evening. Go through the provisions for unrealized profit again. Okay, so provision for unrealized profit. Okay, so we're going to be looking at that again. So let me know in the comment box, is there anything that you would want us to recover again? Put it in the chat box real quick as we continue with our discussion. And I'm very much excited about it. So it's a Q&A session. Comment in the chat box. Thank you very much. I see some of you with a thumbs up on the video. Really, really appreciate the thumbs up. It makes the video more engaging, and it helps us to reach as many students as possible preparing for the examination in that case. So Timothy is saying I should go over the provision for unrealized profits. Let's see, where was that slide again? Okay, so let me share my screen with you real quick, and then let's go into that. So let's go. I see some of you guys joining on Facebook as well. You are welcome to the live stream. This is section 6 of our discussion towards the ICA May 2021 examination, focusing on the consolidated financial statement. In case you missed section 1, 2, and 3, make sure that you check out the description in this video on YouTube. You'll be able to get the entire series to watch, so I can assist you much better to prepare well for the examination. So this is what we said about provision for unrealized profit. We said that provision for unrealized profit can either be computed or usually it should be computed on closing inventory, that is sales between the parent and then the sub that has a closing inventory in relation to that. Then goods in transit also, we're going to be calculating provision for unrealized profit, but the treatment is very, very important. So once we calculate the provision for unrealized profit, we mentioned that the treatment is you debit the cost of sales, which means you add it to the cost of sales. If you are preparing the consolidated statement of financial position, it's consolidated statement of profit or loss. So this is if you are preparing the consolidated statement of profit or loss, then you debit cost of sales. but you will debit group retained earnings or the profit of the subsidiary. That means you deduct it from the profit of the subsidiary. The subsidiary is the one selling. If you are preparing the consolidated statement of financial position, okay, then for the statement of financial position again, you credit inventory because it has to be deducted from inventory. So because inventory should be carried at lower of cost or a net realizable value, lower of cost and net realizable value. So that is basically how we deal with the treatment when it comes to provision for unrealized profit. So Timothy, let me know if the concept is clearer for you now in relation to that. On Facebook, Benjamin Tavia said, looking forward for another insightful session. Welcome, Benjamin. And please put it in the chat box, any questions you have for me. It's a Q&A session. I'm tiring up consolidation, concluding on it. And so if there are any questions that you would want me to look out for, or there are anything you want me to explain again, please put it in the comment box, put it in the chat box. Let's see how engaging we can be today as I answer your question. So Timothy A has on YouTube, you asked for provision for unrealized profits. Let me know if that is clear for you. Nicholas Salwini said, good evening, boss. Please go over the sale of goods by the parent again, watching live from Tumu. Okay, so we mentioned that if the parent sells goods to the subsidiary, so let me inject a note in here literally. So if the parent sells goods to the subsidiary, what is going to be happening is that, so the parent is the one selling. So if at the end of the reporting date, the subsidiary still has some of the goods they bought from the parent in their inventory, then we have to calculate the provision for unrealized profit on that good, okay, on such goods. And since it's the parent who is selling, depending on what we are preparing, again, if we are preparing the statement of profit or loss, you debit cost of sales like I illustrated here. If you're preparing the statement of financial position, then in that case, because the parent is the one selling, you will deduct it from group retained earnings, because retained earnings keep credit balance. So when we debit retained earnings, it means we are deducting it from retained earning in relation to that. Then if you are doing the statement of financial position, that provision for unrealized profit will be deducted from inventory, because in accordance with IAS 2, accounting for inventories, inventory should be carried out lower of cost or net realizable value. And if we look at the inventory which is in the books of the subsidiary, it is at the selling price and not at the cost. That is why we need to subtract the provision for unrealized from profit from it when we are preparing the consolidated statement of financial position in relation to that. So Nicholas Swawini from Tumu, that is the answer to your question. Let me know if that is what you wanted to get clarity on. Facebook, let me have your questions as well. Put it in the comment box real quick. Any questions you have for me, put it in the comment box. Pinipiri said, good evening, sir. Trust you are doing great. Yes, I am flourishing. Missed the last 3 classes, but will definitely catch up. Definitely. So you check the description to the video. You can see the part 1, the part 2, the part 3, the part 4, and part 5. This is part 6. So you can check the description to this video. Part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5 is there. And you can watch the full series so you understand what exactly is going on there. Lee D said, good evening, sir. I was wondering if you would do a video on consolidation combined with IAS 12, because that's what we are busy with currently. Your videos have been really helpful. Watching live from SA, South Africa. Okay, that is great. Okay, so your issue is about we solving a practice question involving IAS 12 tax. Okay. Okay, that is a complex group structure, I guess. Practice questions. Now, I am looking at us having a Zoom session on Sunday to solve questions on consolidated financial statement. Maybe Sunday somewhere around 12:30 p.m. I'm looking at that time. Let me know in the comment box or in the chat box if you guys will be interested in a session like that. It will be a Zoom session, free. You're not paying anything for that. So it's a Zoom session where I will let you join the Zoom, and then you can ask me questions directly and speak with me directly rather than just put it into the comment box in that case. So let me know if you guys would want us to have these sessions. Usually should be on Sunday around 12:30 p.m. So let me know in the comment box if you're excited about it. Let me know in the comments box if you agree that we should have this session and solve some questions on the consolidated financial statements. Even though we will stream it as well on the channel, I would want you guys to come in privately on Zoom so that we will have that discussion in person as well in that case. So let me know if you guys will be interested in that in the comment box. Let me know if you guys will be interested. If we get more responses about it, then we will hook it up in that case. So practice questions on consolidation. So this is from Consolidated Financial System. So this is from Lady. Nicholas Augustine A. Boatin said, hi. Hello, Nicholas Augustine. I hope you're doing well. Nicholas Augustine, the last time you said you had taken a vaccine and you were a bit weak, but I hope that you are getting better now. Augustine. Let me know in the chat box. It's been a while since you joined the live stream. I hope that you're doing better now after taking the vaccine. As Timothy said, please, so if the subsidiary sold to the parents, then the provision for unrealized profit will be treated in the profit or loss. No. Timothy, understand what is going on there. We said that it depends on who is selling. If you are preparing, there is a different way for treating the provision for unrealized profit if you are preparing the consolidated statement of profit or loss. If you are preparing the consolidated statement of profit or loss, the provision for unrealized profit should go to cost of sales. You add it to the cost of sales. You add it to the cost of sales because that is the treatment. But if you're preparing the consolidated statement of financial position, that is where you have to be interested in who is selling really, because if the subsidiary is the one selling, then the provision for realized profit will be deducted from the profit of the subsidiary, the post-acquisition profit of the subsidiary for the year ended under consideration. If it is the parent selling, then the provision for realized profit, if you are preparing the consolidated statement of financial position, will be in the group retained earnings. So, Timothy, that is what you need to understand in that case. Yes. So your second point, clarify what you were saying then. So yes, that is true there. So Lee D said, definitely interested. Thank you, sir. Okay. And Benjamin Tavia on Facebook also said, sure, I'm interested, sir. Okay. So you follow me on Instagram. In case you're already following me on Instagram, fine. But if you're not following me on Instagram, you make sure you follow me on Instagram, because the Zoom meeting ID will be posted on my Instagram page. So in case you're not following me on Instagram, you follow me on Instagram. Let's see if we will be able to have that session on Sunday and solve some questions so that you jump on the Zoom call with me on that personal level. We talk to each other, then I answer your questions better, because sometimes you would want to get a question across and typing it out will be some way. But if you are getting the opportunity to speak to me directly on the call, I mean, that will be more helpful. So let's see. Follow me on Instagram. Updates about that will be given if it is something that we will want to do it in that case. But definitely, if we get more responses, then we'll go for it. So Timothy A has said, will be great, sir, the Sunday session. May God bless you. You indeed want us to pass. Yeah, definitely. So definitely. Right. So that is it about that. Any other questions, please, on the consolidation? Any other questions or any other thing relating to FR real quick as I wrap up on the consolidated financial statement? I think yesterday we ended the stream than the usual time. It was because I don't know, something happened. So our internet just jumped off, and then my meeting ended unexpectedly. So that's why we ended the stream without any notice yesterday. And I was looking at the non-controlling interest before the stream ended. Augustine said, I feel strong now. I've been a bit busy with lectures here. Okay, thanks for your concern. All right, that is awesome. Wishing you all the best as you prepare for your exams in that case. Okay, so I mentioned yesterday that when we deal with the issue in relation to the consolidated statement of financial position, we will be looking at the non-controlling interest at the reporting date. Non-controlling interest at the reporting date. So if we are looking for the non-controlling interest at the reporting date, how do we go about that? So we bring in the NCI at the date of acquisition. We bring in the share of post-acquisition profit or loss. Any impairment in goodwill, remember, will be allocated between the parent and the sub. Then definitely the issue in relation to dividend that they have received. So maybe we pay dividend to the non-controlling interest. You're going to be having that there in that case. Then that will give us the closing date in that. Okay, so Lee D is asking, can I please have your Instagram handle? It's at Nhyira Premium, the same name you see on the channel, at Nhyira Premium. That's my Instagram handle, at Nhyira Premium. So the same name you see on the YouTube channel, that's the same name on Instagram. So that's the handle. So you can check it out, follow me, updates about the lectures will be posted there so we see how we can go about that. So that is how we calculate the non-controlling interest at the reporting date. So let me bring you up to speed with what we've been talking about so far in that case. What we've been talking about so far in that case. So I made mention of the fact that there are 6 workings that we'll be doing when it comes to the preparation of the consolidated statement of the consolidated financial statements. So we said that the first thing is the group structure. And I spoke to you about the simple group structure and also the complex group structure. And we said that in the group structure, we have to know about the date of acquisition, the reporting date, and then the post-acquisition period. Because the difference between the date of acquisition and the reporting date gives us the post-acquisition period in relation to that. Gives us the post-acquisition period in relation to that. So that is the group structure there. Then we came to corporate reporting, and I made mention of the fact that there is a way we determine the non-controlling interest when it comes to the sub-subsidiary. And we discussed that. We said that to be able to determine the non-controlling interest in the sub-subsidiary, what we do is that you will be actually looking at the controlling interest in the sub-subsidiary. Then that from 100 will give us the non-controlling interest in that case, will give us the non-controlling interest in that case. So that is the issue that we need to understand when we talk about the complex group structure. Then I mentioned also that when it comes to investment in associates, we use the equity accounting. So we said we bring the cost of investment, the post-acquisition period, dividend receives, any impairment, then we're going to be getting the closing balance in that case. Then the second workings were the net asset schedule. We said the net asset schedule is about the subsidiary, and we listed the various things that you need to understand, the various things that you need to know about in that case. Then from there, we came to the next session, and that was section 4, and that is dealing with the intra-group trading. No, sorry, calculating of goodwill. Section Step 3, calculation of goodwill. And we said that when it comes to the goodwill calculation, what do? We said we bring the fair value of consideration transferred, we bring the fair value of the NCI. However, there is a way we need to calculate the fair value of consideration transferred and the fair value of NCI. So we said when it comes to the fair value of the consideration transferred, there are 4 things that we have to be mindful about. There could be cash consideration, there could be deferred consideration or contingent consideration, then there could be share exchange in there, and then the issue of loan notes. Remember, we explained in detail how each of these elements will be treated also when we're looking at the section in there. So you can check it up as well, and then you'll be able to follow us in that case. And we looked at how fair value of non-controlling interest is supposed to also be calculated. And I told you that there are three ways that the fair value of the non-controlling interest could be calculated, either as stated directly in the question, or when we use their share ownership, or when we use the percentage of net assets that they are having within percentage of net assets of the subsidiary at acquisition in that case. So that was the discussion we did there. Then we came to the issue about the fifth section, which we were talking about yesterday, and that was the computation or dealing with the intra-group trading. We spoke about how sale of assets between parent and sub should be treated. If you remember that carefully, we treated that in detail. And then I made three key statements. That number one, the provision for unrealized profit on the disposal of non-current assets is deducted from the profit of the entity selling. Very, very important. So the entity making the sales of the assets, any provision for unrealized profit is deducted from their profit, because they've actually not earned that profit. And then number two, we said any excess depreciation on the asset bought is calculated and added back to the profit of the buying entity, and added back to the profit of the buying entity in that case. Then the third thing I mentioned was that the asset is carried on the consolidated statement of financial position at its original carrying amount, less the post-acquisition depreciation in that case. Then we came to sale of goods. You saw how provision for unrealized profit is supposed to be computed. It's supposed to be dealt with in there. Then we came to how the treatment of the intra-group has to be treated. And then we came to the last aspect, and that was dealing with group retained earnings, the item that have to be there, and then the closing balance for the non-controlling interest. So if you look at it carefully, you realize that we've actually spoken about everything that we need to understand when it comes to the consolidated financial statement. And these are the basic principles that we need to understand usually when it comes to the consolidated financial statement. Now, definitely there are some other issues when we are dealing with corporate reporting or the advanced financial reporting, like dealing with foreign subsidiaries in that case, then dealing with the issues in relation to how you account for them. Now, when it comes to foreign subsidiaries, all we do is to translate their exchange rates in that case. So what is going to happen is that we will be having maybe three exchange rates. So foreign subsidiaries. Now, this is for corporate reporting students or advanced financial reporting students. So if you have a foreign subsidiary and we are preparing the consolidated financial statement, we'll be giving three exchange rates usually. So we'll be giving the exchange rate at acquisition, at the date of acquisition. You have the exchange rate at the reporting date, and you have the weighted average exchange rate. Weighted average exchange rate. I see some of you guys joining. If you have any questions, put it in the chat box for me. Any questions, put it in the chat box for me. I am wrapping up on consolidation and also to take your questions in that case. So weighted average exchange rate. So these are usually the three exchange rate that the examiner is going to be giving. If he is excited about it, he will add a fourth one, that is an exchange rate at the date where there is intra-group trading occurring between the two entities in that case. So this is what you do. What you do is that the exchange rate at the date of acquisition is used to be able to calculate the goodwill. To be able to calculate the goodwill at acquisition. Okay, to be able to calculate the goodwill at acquisition, we use the exchange rate at acquisition. Now, if we are preparing the consolidated statement of financial position, we use the exchange rate at the reporting date. Okay, consolidated statement of financial position, we use the exchange rate at the reporting date to translate the subsidiaries figures, statement of financial position figures to the parent currency, the currency of the parent entity. So we use the exchange rate at the reporting date. Then we use the weighted average exchange rate to translate the statement of profit or loss. So that will be used when we are preparing the consolidated statement of profit or loss. Okay, when I'm preparing the consolidated statement of profit or loss. So when it comes to dealing with foreign subsidiary, usually what's going to be happening is these exchange rates, but the principles are going to be running the same. And this exchange rate goes by the accounting standards IAS 21, effect of changes in exchange rates. Okay, effect of changes in exchange rate, so that any translation loss or gain is going to be recognized in the group retained earnings. In that case, any translation loss or gain will be recognized in the group retained earnings in that case. So that is also another thing that we need to understand in dealing with that issue there about foreign subsidiary. So let me know, are there any other, do you have any questions? Put it in the chat box for me, whether related to financial reporting or not related to financial reporting. You can put it in the comment box for me real quick as I wrap up on consolidation and take your questions. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate. Put it in the chat box, put it in the comment box. I see some of you guys joining on Facebook as well. You are welcome to the stream. This is section 6 of our discussion on consolidation, consolidated financial statement, and we are wrapping up on consolidation and also take your questions in that case. So put in the chat box on YouTube, put in the comments box on Facebook, any questions you have for me, just throw them at me. Let's see how I can assist you to understand some of the things you are learning better in that case. So Bini Piri said, the Sunday session is fabulously welcome, sir. Please make it happen. All right. All right. We will see how we can do with that. Definitely. Thank you. So let's see. Abdul Ishakau said, please say, how do we treat dividend received and dividend paid in the consolidated statement of financial position? I think we've spoken about that in that case, because if we spoke about that when we're dealing with the associate, for instance. So if the associate pays us dividend, we're going to be subtracting it from the investment in associate. If the parent receive dividend from the subsidiary, also it will be deducted in the determination of the group retained earnings. That is what you see here. Are you getting it? That's what you see here. So if the parents receive any dividend during the year, it will be deducted. Now, the reason why the dividend they are receiving is being deducted is that, remember, we are bringing share of profit here, and that is a positive figure. So if out of that share of profit they are paying us a dividend, the dividend would have to be reducing our value in the share of profit on the consolidated statement of financial position. So that is how you deal with the dividend issue there if the parent entity receives any dividend. Same happened to the non-controlling interest. If during the year the parent entity declares dividend and the non-controlling interest also got some of the dividends, it will be deducted from their value because we brought in the share of profits there, and then so that share of profit has to be reduced by the dividend received in that case. Then when it comes to the associate, also we mentioned how the dividend in associate is supposed to be treated. Let me see if I can get that slide. Yes, if we receive dividend from an associate, again, that will be subtracted from the workings when we are dealing with investment in associate as per IAS 28, investment in associate and joint venture arrangement. So Abdul Isaka Isha, what? Abdul Fattah, I hope you are okay now. So it depends on whatever is happening and wherever place we're going to be doing the treatment in that case. Any other questions? Put it in the chat box for me. Put it in the comment box for me if you have any other questions as we wrap up on consolidated financial statements. As we wrap up on consolidated financial statements. As we wrap up on consolidated financial statements. Abdul Fatah, let me know if you understand. Let me know if it makes sense for you in that case. Now, remember, if you have any queries to make, you can call or WhatsApp us 050-114-9296. Or if you want to enroll in our full course and get access to our complete course, the lecture videos, the ebooks, and join our live Zoom sessions weekly, NhyiraPremium.com, and that is 390 Ghana cedis per paper. Just last weekend, we started with our Saturday, Sunday lectures, and I can't tell you how amazing the journey is going to be. So on Saturdays and Sundays at 6:30 p.m. To 9 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday, we have an additional Q&A session that goes on where we are practicing questions, solving questions in various subjects. So we have a timetable for it, and then you can fall into that. So in case you want to also know about that, or you want to join that also, when you make the enrollment or you do the enrollment, it covers all of these in relation to that. So your enrollment actually covers all of that in that case. So let me get my slide, bringing up my slide real quick. Any other questions, please put it in the chat for me. Any other questions, put it in the chat for me. Any other questions, put it in the chat. So basically, that is what you need to understand about the consolidated financial statement. That is basically what you need to understand. So in putting everything in perspective, number one, make sure you understand your group structure. Number two, if you are preparing the consolidated statement of financial position, then you need a net asset of the subsidiary. Remember, you only do the net asset of the subsidiary schedule if you are preparing the consolidated statement of financial position. Then you come to number three, and you're going to deal with the intra-group trading. And that will be done whether you are dealing with P&L or you are dealing with, so whether you are dealing with the consolidated statement of profit or loss or the consolidated statement of financial position, whichever you are dealing with, there will be intra-group trading, and you should know how to deal with that. Then, okay, even before that, goodwill will be in number three. Nearly forgot that. Then number four will be intra-group trading. Remember, whether I like it or not, goodwill is a done deal. So that is going to be there for you. And the examiner could reserve between 2 to 5 marks for that, depending on how excited he is about the exam. So definitely you should know how to calculate goodwill. But remember that when we talk about goodwill, we can have goodwill at acquisition and then goodwill at the reporting date. There are two different things. So you must know how exactly you arrive at that. Then number five, you should know how to deal with the consolidated retained earnings or group retained earnings. Consolidated retained earnings or group retained earnings. And the number six is the non-controlling interest at the reporting date. The non-controlling interest at the reporting date. Remember that whilst calculating your goodwill, there are workings you'll be doing there. Whilst calculating the goodwill, there are workings you'll be doing there for the fair value of consideration transferred. The fair value of consideration transferred. And then the fair value of the non-controlling interest at the date of acquisition. So you may be doing workings for that. So you have to be on the lookout for rates in that case. So these are the things that you need to put in your mind, you need to understand when we talk about the consolidated statement of financial position and the consolidated statement of profit or loss. Any questions for me? Any questions for me? Any questions for me? Any questions for me? So put it in the chat box if you have any questions. I see some of you coming on Facebook also. If you have any questions, put it in the comment box for me on Facebook as well if you have any questions for me in that case. So basically, that is it about consolidated financial statements. We've committed about 6 meetings to try to understand some of these principles, some of these concepts. But like I said, it's one thing to understand the principle, it's another thing to be hit with a question and know that how you apply the principle. So we're going to be looking at a question and look at how the discussion will be done in that case. But like I said, that will be done and we're looking at it on Sunday if that is possible for us. And you can follow me on Instagram to get the Zoom meeting details so you can join the stream as we look at that, because it will be an open Zoom session where you can come in and really speak with me and let me assist you better in order for you to prepare well for the examination. So that is it. Any questions? If there are no other questions, then we will be sort of, because today I wanted to just touch on the rest of the consolidation and then maybe answer any questions you guys will be having. So if there are no other questions, then we would be wrapping around today here as we prepare to start with a new series tomorrow, hopefully on the channel, and look at another key topic in another subject as we prepare for the examination. Now, one of the queries we receive from you guys is, Nhyira, we want you to cover more accounting standards. We want you to cover more of this. The thing is that because we are limited on time and we cannot cover as much as we want to cover, and because the channel too is a small channel, we cannot release 2 videos a day or something like that, because it will hurt the channel and it will affect the engagement on the channel as well. So that is why we will be receiving, or we'll be covering things that we receive a lot of requests from you guys in that case. And I think I've not officially told you this well, but our channel is now 10,000 subscribers and over. And I'm really, really grateful for you guys for the support that you've given us over the years. Barely about 2 years ago, we went into it seriously, and now we have a whole dedicated team with a social media manager who take care of all our social media handles and manage the channel very well. But hey, thank you very much, you guys, getting us to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's really, really a privilege. I want to really share my deepest thanks for you guys, because you've been supporting us all this while, and it's really, really something that I don't take lightly at all. So 10,000 subscribers, it's not just 10,000 as in 10,000 subscribers, but these are 10,000 of you guys who say that, hey, Nhyira, we love what you are doing. We are subscribing to what you're doing, and we are returning to your channel on a regular basis and watching the content to assist you in order for you to really take what you are doing to the next level. Now, somebody who asks, why do I need to subscribe to the channel? I'm just here to watch a video and go away. Why do I have to like the video? Why should I share the video? You see, that is how YouTube works. That is how Facebook works. The more a channel gets an engagement, the more a page gets an engagement, the more the algorithm of YouTube, of Facebook, will be able to push that content so that other people can also find it. So when you subscribe to the channel, what you are doing is to tell YouTube that, okay, this channel is a good channel, and so maybe other people similar like you using the YouTube algorithm will be able to, they will push the video so they reach them. If you like our video, the same thing happens. YouTube realizes that, okay, this is a valuable content, let's push it to similar people, like the people who just like the video. It helps us to grow the channel. If you comment on the channel, you comment on what we're doing, the same thing happens. So the more the channel gets engagement, the more YouTube is able to push the channel so that we can reach as many students as possible. Because if you are getting value, it means that there are a lot of people out there who could equally get the same value. So that is why we don't take it lightly for you guys who have taken the time to subscribe to the channel, to keep returning on the channel and keep watching our videos, and to be commenting every time you watch the video and giving us a thumbs up on the video. We really, really appreciate that. And I don't take it lightly at all for the support you guys have given us in barely the past 2 years, as we really went into this channel and started really looking at it in that case. So that is it about that. 10,000 subscribers. I cannot tell you how we've been dreaming about 10,000 subscribers, and this is where we are, because the more subscribers you get, the more functionalities you get on the YouTube, and it helps us a lot, because now 10,000 subscribers, it means that there are a lot of other things that we can do on the channel. There are a lot of contents that we can provide in various ways that will help you guys to become very successful. So thank you guys. If you're part of the 10,000 people, we really, really appreciate you. If you're watching too and you've not subscribed, subscribing will really help the channel and help us to grow more. Olu Watobi Ajayi said, "You are the best, sir." Thank you very much, Olu Watobi. And that's what we want to do. My objective when I started this channel was to just assist students, because I didn't get that opportunity when I started my journey, because I struggled a lot. I had to pay a lot of money to be able to get quality materials to be able to really take my life to the next level. But I promised myself throughout my journey that I should be able to give back. I should be able to assist the next generation. I should be able to assist the people who are now starting from where I started, who don't have anything, who don't have anywhere to turn to, but they needed a quality study material, quality lecture video, quality mentorship for their examination. It is for this reason why we created a YouTube channel. It is for the reason why we post the videos on our Instagram. It is for the reason why we post the video on our Facebook pages, because I believe that that is what we've been called to do. That is what we've been asked to do. And that is why we do what we do in relation to that. So that is what we look why, or that is why we created this channel, and that is why we are providing you guys with the content that we are providing. And by the grace of God now, I mean, we've gone through a lot of stages throughout up to this point. We've had poor video quality, we've had sound issues, we have camera challenges, we've had a lot of challenges over the years, just the last few years and few months. But now gradually, almost every day, we are trying to make sure that we get the sound better. We are trying to make sure that we get our videos to be more crispy, to be more clear in relation to that. And so we invest a lot in the gadgets that we use. We invest a lot in the equipments that we use to be able to provide you guys with the best in that case. So that is it. It's my goal, it's my desire, it's my objective. And by the grace of God now, we have a dedicated team of people who manage this channel and take care of the channel, making sure that we create the contents that you guys really, really want and really, really need in order for you to prepare well for your examination. So, hey, I'm just reiterating the mission for this channel. It is to provide you guys with the contents that you need, the mentorship that you require in order for you to not only pass your examination, but take your life to the next level. Because it is one thing to pass the exams, but if you are not transformed as an individual, then you will never become successful. Because you don't become successful just because you excel academically. You become successful because you are a disciplined person, because you have good communication skills, because you are somebody who is a person of integrity, because you are somebody who is a person that can be trusted. These are all soft skills that we try throughout various means to communicate on this channel to assist you in order for you to really prepare well for your examination and take your life to the next level. Because if you become successful, I am successful, the world will be a better place, and there will be no pressure on me, there will be no pressure on you. Lee D said, I wanted to ask if you also use ordinary shares to calculate the figures to put in your consolidated financial statement. I do not understand it really well. I don't, Lee D, let me know the meaning of I don't get your question well. Ordinary shares to calculate the figures to put in your consolidated. I don't understand your question. I don't understand your question, because when we are doing the fair value of consideration transferred, there is share exchange. That is, the parent is going to be issuing shares to the shareholders of the subsidiary. That could be as part of the financing of the acquisition. So is that what you're talking about? Or when we are valuing the non-controlling interest, there is another way non-controlling interest could be valued. That is using the number of shares that they are having in the subsidiary. Is that what you're talking about? So, Lady, clarify your question and let me answer you much better in that case. Clarify your question and let me answer you much better in that case. I see some of you guys joining on YouTube. You are welcome to the live stream today. Comment in the chat box any questions you have for me, and give us a thumbs up on the video. Helps us a lot and makes the video to be engaging, so we can reach other students just like you in relation to that. Lady, if you can restate your question, I'll be really glad to answer you much better there, because I don't understand the comments or your statement in the chat. Okay, so I'm going to be concluding around here today as we wrap up on the consolidated financial statement. It's been a great 6 session as we've gone through in the discussion in this series here. In this series, and like I said, God willing, tomorrow we will be starting with a new series in another subject related. So you follow me on Instagram at Nhyira Premium to get details about our meetings, our discussions. In that case, like I said, if there are any inquiries you have, 050-114-9296, 050-114-9296. Follow me on Instagram, because the Sunday Zoom session the details will be posted on my Instagram page, so that you can get a notification and join in that case. So Kwatin Samuel said, "Sir, please, can you show your Instagram handle for me to follow?" It's at Nhyira Premium. You go to Instagram, Nhyira Premium, the same name on the channel, at Nhyira Premium, and you will be able to find me. It's at Nhyira Premium. That is my Instagram handle, at Nhyira Premium. Facebook is Nhyira Premium Official, but Instagram is at Nhyira Premium. So the same name you see on the channel here, that's the same name on my Instagram page. So Kwatin Samuel, you can search for at Nhyira Premium, and you should be able to find me on Instagram. All right, so we will be having a practice question on consolidated financial statement on Sunday. So I guess it's a done deal then. On Sunday, God willing, at 12:30 p.m. we will be having a session on Zoom. And like I said, the details, the Zoom session will be posted on my Instagram page, so that you guys can join from across the country and across the continent, so that you speak with me in person, we speak to each other, and we'll be able to really solve the question and have a discussion fruitful in that case, as I assist you in order for you to really prepare well for your examination and pass the exam. So make sure you follow me on Instagram so you can get a meeting detail. Now, in case when we post the meeting details as well, that is the Zoom ID and the password, you make sure that you share it with your colleagues as well, so we can get a lot of people joining us on the Zoom call. It's free. It's free, all right? Joining us on the Zoom call, so that you guys will be able to get access to me, and we talk in person like that, and then we will be able to really prepare you guys well and pass the examination. So thank you very much, guys, for the support, for the likes, for the sharing of the video, for the subscription. 10,000 subscribers. We are still growing, and we are growing. Like I say all the time, we want to build this community in such a way that everybody from anywhere As far as the person is learning accountancy at various level, when the person comes to this channel, the person will be able to get something to watch and something to help him or her with, to take his or her life to the next level. So it's a community we are building, and we are just getting started. So thank you very much for joining us, and God willing, tomorrow we will continue with our discussion. So you catch me same time tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. as we continue with our discussion towards the ICAG May 2021 examination. And make sure that you also follow me on Instagram for RIPT. Okay, so Lee D said, I meant if you use analysis of equity in order to do your workings for your consolidated financial statement. Analysis of equity. I don't get what you mean by analysis of equity. If I get you right, you're talking about the ownership of the company, because from the group structure we'll be able to get the ownership of the company, so that will be used to deal with the computation of the goodwill. If we are doing goodwill acquisition, or sorry, full goodwill acquisition calculation, or partial calculation in relation to that. So analysis of equity in order to do your workings for your consolidated financial statement, I don't think I got that very well. So maybe you can send us hi on WhatsApp, 050-114-9296, 050-114-9296. Maybe send a hi on WhatsApp, or connect with me on Skype at Premium Educator as well on Skype. Maybe we can have a video call so I understand exactly what you are talking about. Yeah, you said they usually use that to calculate figures of retained earnings, non-controlling interest, and other things. I think you're talking about the group structure, the ownership structure. So like I said, you can send us hi on WhatsApp about this, or you can connect with me on Skype at Premium Educator. We can have a call, a video call on Skype. Then maybe I could assist you better to understand that. My Skype ID is Premium Educator. I'm putting that in the chat. Premium Educator. That's my Skype ID. You can reach us on +23350-114-9296. That is also posted in the chat for you. So hit me on Skype. We can have a video call so I understand exactly what you're talking about here well, because from what you are listing, is the analysis of equity will be like the share structure of the company, which is the group structure, which is what you do. And it helps you to calculate the non-controlling interest, the group retained earnings, and all that. So maybe I could clarify. It could be wording issue or terminology issues in that case. All right, so thank you very much, you guys, for joining the stream. It's always a pleasure coming your way. I'll catch you same time tomorrow. Follow me on Instagram, because the discussions will be posted on Instagram, so you can join the discussion always in that case. So you take care, and I'll see you 4:30 p.m. or 16:30 GMT tomorrow. Bye-bye.